And we're live. We're live. Welcome, welcome, everybody to our Sisters United. A bit of an echo. We're going to mute out. Everybody's here. Today we're talking about our secret business and life tips. That's what we're going to do. So, but quickly, we're going to first go across the board, and we'll introduce ourselves. And then we're gonna dig into it. I'll start with me because here I'm up. I'm Valerie Jampolsky. I am the Abundance Mom Freedompreneur from Abundance Now, and I got twin 5-year-old boys. And I'm so thrilled to be here with everybody, with all these women and men. You're welcome here. By the way, everybody comment, please. Say hi where you're from in the chat. We're going to be very interactive in this hangout, connecting with you, your comments, your questions, anything that you want to share with us. You're here, and also if you're watching this in the replay, because we've got people coming from all different time zones around the world. I'm actually here in Los Angeles, and we are going to be checking, the comments over time. So even if you're watching the replay, I want you to feel the energy. Our energy is that you're actually here with us here in the present, because that's possible with our energy. So I'm here. I do this because I can, because I want to be home with my kids. This is why I do the business that we do, so that I was an entertainment attorney, and I had this massive awareness that I just really, there's so much more in my life that I could be doing, that I really wanted to be home. I was pregnant with my twins when they came to me. I wanted to be home with my kids. These little babies I was working so hard to grow inside of myself. And so I'm here doing this and being able to talk about the stuff that I love, which is how we see ourselves and abundance and all of that in the world. And I'm going to pass it on over to, let's see, I'm just going to go on the panel from who I see left to right. I'm going to go over to Elizabeth. Just quickly introduce yourself, and then we're gonna run into the topic after.
Okay. Hi, I'm Elizabeth Baurys from the Revitalized family. I am a stay-at-home, work-at-home mom of 4 kids, ranging in age from 23 to 10 years old, and we deal with a whole bunch of different issues, from cerebral palsy to autism to heart conditions to asthma every single day. But we're doing it all together and making it work.
I love it. You're so amazingly concise. You really are. I love it. Okay, passing on to Gabrielle.
Oh, great. Hey, Gabrielle Morrison here, and yeah, I'm in Perth, Western Australia. It's 11:17 on my clock here, and that's in the evening. So I'm pretty tired. I was actually up at 4 a.m. this morning for another hangout. So yeah, I'm pretty looking forward to getting some sleep tonight. And luckily I'm not up for work in the morning, so yeah, that's a real good bonus of doing this, working online. I get to work when I want, and yeah, work around my kids. I have 2 children. My daughter is 4 and my son is 2, and yeah, that's me in a nutshell for now.
All right. Thank you, Gabrielle. Thank you for being up at the really late at night for us in Australia. I'm passing it on over to Greta.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Awesome to be here. I'm super excited. My kids have already been in and out. My name's Greta Campagnolo, and for those of you who don't know me, and I'm a mompreneur, obviously, and I live on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada, and it's blue skies, a little bit chilly this morning, and I just work my business around my life with my half a dozen kids. It's just, yesterday I was actually creating a graphic for this hangout, and I was so grateful at that moment for my smartphone, because I was running after the kids, changing diapers, making food, doing all this stuff, all in and amongst creating this graphic. So for me, it's like being able to be home, homeschooling. I homeschool all my kids, being able to be home with them, and be present for each and every moment, every milestone that happens. I've got a little one excited coming in here as we speak. It's just, there's nothing better than that. It's just, I feel so blessed each and every day just to be able to do this, to be on these hangouts every week, to be able to inspire other moms to see what's possible. It's really, really cool. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I will pass it off to Sheena.
Thank you, Greta. Hello, everyone out there. My name is Sheena Yap Chan. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'm on the other side from Greta, and I just love helping women just learn, just inspire them to live a better life, right? I mean, we all need to work. I believe if we all work together, for a big purpose, we can change the world, and that's why we're here. We want to empower you to just live a better life, to go out there and just chase your dreams. I've been reading this book called We Were Born Rich, and it's true, we were born rich, right? We need to start thinking that, we are wealthy, we deserve freedom, and, I can't wait to share some tips and life tips for everyone. And, yeah, sorry about that, kind of went off topic, but, I'm just so glad you guys are here. And looks like we have a surprise visitor.
Yay, Dee is in the house. We were just going across the board, and we were actually just introducing everybody. But let Dee please come out, and for those that may not know Dee, introduce, and if you would love, you jump straight in. I was going to take the last person on the panel, jump straight into our topic if you want to do that. Because you were, is that cool? I'm going to pop you.
Oh, yeah, I didn't really want to interrupt, where you ladies were at. I was just
You're perfect timing. You're in rhythm, girl.
Okay, really cool. So how is everyone? Really awesome. Thanks so much for just letting me join on. It's kind of been a little bit, I'm just going to be real and raw with you ladies, a little bit overwhelming for me in my business, in my life. I've gotten in a point where before I handled it like so differently because those pivotal moments in my life, like Justin and I were secluded, out in Costa Rica or something like that. And it's not a roadblock, but it's almost like it felt like I needed to be doing more. I needed to be pushing more and asking myself more. And just at a very vulnerable space in my business. And so I just took a step back these past few weeks and have really been just looking at, what can I do? And it's been a really long just tumbling within myself. And then somehow we got these tickets to go learn NLP. And then it was like slowly but surely, the universe and God just played a role in kind of directing us back. But I felt like it was important to share those type of energies and like how they happen in the form of, in which they happen, because when it was happening, I was really feeling like so overwhelmed, and I had to take a step back because I'm like, man, being a mom is a lot of work. And, for you ladies that are mothers, you get it. And, for us new moms, I'm just like, wow, how can you be so little and have so much energy? And like even right now, I am in our home, but we're like about to move, so everything's like in boxes or like in disarray. And Kwanian's out there, and Justin and I are here, and we're like in the bathroom working, and because that's just the way that we are able to make time until we move. And so I don't know, I felt like just being so real and just being open about it, because I know that when you're open about it, you're able to, exchange and get ideas and be able to build up on it, and to share that vulnerability builds strength. So just fast forward, now I'm kind of like out of that, but not entirely, because there's still some spaces where I need to learn and to grow. And for me, that space has been through and building a foundation in a whole new way. So instead of looking at our entity as an entrepreneur or a small business, I'm now looking at it in the terms of a company that has employees and that is, even if they're not like your traditional 9 to 5 employees and they're working on a different mission or mantra, it's still the same idea that there are demands within the business that need to be fulfilled other than me, you know? And I don't know, I really just, I don't know, I felt so led to just share that. You know, finally I've like been working on Twitter. I've been on Twitter longer than I've been on Facebook. And it's just now, 2015, that I've finally been able to tap into like free traffic. And when I say free traffic, I mean like 15,000 impressions without having to pay a single dime. You know, I was working with a guy. I found him on Twitter, this really cool gentleman, and he shared that he did like writing services. So I'm like, heck, I need a writer, you know, like let's see what you can do for $5. So he said he was on Fiverr, and I got him, used him, great article, it was perfect. And I was just like blown away. So I'm like, woohoo, now I can get $5 articles, which before is like unheard of. So that was really awesome off Twitter. And then I've been able to like connect and do different interviews from people off Twitter. But I shared his Twitter handle and I'm like, you know, thanks for the awesome work. And then he wrote me back and he's like, you know, that day I received over 50 new followers. And I'm like, really? All I did was mention them, you know? And then I just started paying more attention to my analytics. So Twitter for Business is free. Anyone can sign up and go to Twitter and start implementing it and just start tapping into the people that, not the people that you think would buy, but the people that you would just sit around with in a circle and just chill with and conversate with, because I've realized that that's where the magic is made. So forgive me for not, you know, giving you my all these past 2 weeks, and thank you for allowing me to just be myself, ladies.
Wow, thank you, Dean. That's so powerful. I'd love to be excited to hear more about what you're doing with Twitter, because this is really, really cool. That's really, really cool. And I love it. You guys are like in the bathroom there. I love it.
Yeah, we just...
Oh, you muted out, hon.
Oh, sorry. We started coming in here because there was a door, you know, and it was better than going upstairs. The rest of the house is still open. So at first we were like, oh, the open meditation, this is lovely. And then when you have a child, you're like, oh, you can't hide. Like, not meaning that I want to hide, but I mean, the sanctity of a door is a beautiful thing. So I'm just learning a lot as a mother, and I thank you all for just being so patient with me.
Love it. Greta, I'm sure, can speak to that, having six kids.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's really been something for me, just learning and just learning how to build, because you know, stuck is stuck. And even if you're stuck at a couple $100s a month or several $100,000 a month or a couple $1,000,000 a year, it doesn't matter. Stuck is stuck. And I don't know, I needed to start demanding more of myself. And so, you know, we're building a team here of interns locally, working with college graduates and people with special skills within our business. So, and I really got inspired by you, Valerie, and your business relationship with Sarita. You know, that really inspired me to really just think outside of what I do, you know, like really sharing the vision and getting outside of that fear of not being accepted. You know, what if we share it on this platform and it's not accepted? Because, you know, television is not such a horrible outlet, or, you know, the media or the news or books. They're actually great outlets. They just aren't fueled by the same motives that we are. So what if we were to collectively form, you know, media outlets and platforms where they are enriching, you know, where we develop the education and we, you know, develop the just a whole new way of thinking that people can start applying in their lives. You know, if they want that degree, they can go out and say, like, hey, I have it, but at least I have it in something that I'm passionate about. So I just started, I don't know, looking at life very differently after Kuan Yin.
Yeah, it does that. It shakes up. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I, it's powerful to watch you go through this process, having known you from before. I mean, it really is. And I mean, I came into this as a mom. I came into this as a mom, and it was what drove me into doing this, because I was a professional. I was sitting there, I was like an attorney sitting in an office all day, surrounded by books and dealing with the corporate structure that I was in and everything else. And I mean, my massive thing was I was sitting there very pregnant with them, twins, and as a single mom doing this even, and just, it was a massive transition for me. It was something. It was. I mean, I literally remember it like it's like a frozen moment in time, sitting there surrounded by my stuff, and having just all of a sudden going, I've got these two little beings growing inside of me right now, and I don't want nannies to be with them. I want to be able to do something, and there's so much more to my life than all of what was around me with all those books. I knew that there was just so much more to give, and and everything. I mean, even the moment they were born. I mean, just like it's like, holy moly, they're here, they're here. This is real. This is real, and all of the transitions of searching and hunting, because this business didn't exist when my kids were born. So I was just very, very blessed to have found a way to be able to do all of this. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, all of us, we can talk about. I love talking about Twitter and everything else, and any other tips over time we can get on that is going to be amazing. Sheena, did you want to? I know you were excited. You wanted to talk about some stuff. Do you want to pop out and talk about some of the ideas that we were talking about beforehand in terms of some of the tips that you would love to share, coming from a perspective we're the moms and you're one without the kids. But how you've been doing things and some of your tips.
I'm the only one with no children in this hangout.
It's all good,
Well, some of the things I do is, like, I have a daily mode of operation, right? I do a certain thing, for a certain time. A lot of people like to use timers so that they can just get super focused, because you can get a lot of things done when, you just sit down and not have anything in your face, like Facebook and your phone. If you just work on your business, truly work on it, focus on it, you can get a lot of things done, right? And, another thing I like to share with people is, you got to learn what your market's problems are, right? You got to ask people out there, like, what do you struggle with? So, yesterday, I just went in some Facebook groups and, I just asked a simple question, like, what do you struggle with in your business? And, some of the things that these ladies, I wrote them down, but some of the things that these ladies mentioned was, finding time. They don't have time to do anything. They want a business that's more automated, They want to find a professional staff. One lady says she has no time because she's working 4 jobs. I mean, just the thought of working one job is already crazy, but to have 4 jobs to work on is just, that's just killing yourself. And no, and I'm serious, because I remember last year there was an article about this woman who died because she was working 4 jobs. Like, she was so tired that I think she was in her car and the car was running and she fell asleep. And like the fumes inside her, like the fumes from the car went inside her car, and she died from that because she was overworked and so tired from working 4 different jobs. And realistically, working 4 jobs actually doesn't make you the kind of money that you want. You actually end up losing money when you think about it, when you have to file your taxes and stuff, because the government takes a lot of money away from you after filing taxes. I remember, because I used to work 2 jobs, and I'm like thinking, why am I breaking my back working 2 jobs when the government's just going to take my money? Might as well just work 1 job and then just find something that can help me, create a side income instead of working a job, right? This is why we're in business for ourselves, because one of the great things is, tax benefits, right? We can claim a lot of things on our business. So, these are some of the things. Oh, and another one, I like this one actually. This one lady was like, people who want champagne events for beer prices. I mean, we all get that, right? People don't want to invest in themselves. They think you have to realize, as a business owner, as a person who wants to change your lives, you have to be willing to, pull out that credit card and invest in a business that is viable, that will work for you, right? They're saying that if you wanted to invest in a traditional franchise, you would have to you'd have to invest 5 times the amount of money you want to make in a year. So if you want to make 50 grand, then you have to invest $250,000. And yet people complain about something that's $25, $47. Instead of going out to the restaurant, use that to invest in yourself, right? You have to get, certain tools and systems and resources that will help you make your business a lot easier. That once you learn it and apply it, it works and it can help you ease that pain, right? If you don't have time, then find a system that can help you leverage that time, right? I mean, we all here use systems because we all have busy lives. I mean, Dee has a baby, well, everyone here has a baby, especially Greta. She has 6 kids, right? She can't be doing everything manually. She uses systems to leverage that so she can have time for her kids, right? So she can, spend time with them, homeschool them, do other things, because let's face it, maybe you're a mom and you want to make more time for your kids, right? You got to find a better way than working 4 jobs and running around doing, crazy things that only pay you like 2 cents an hour, right? You got to be thinking to yourself, you're worth $1,000 an hour, and you're going to do the things that are worth $1,000 an hour. I mean, if you want something outsourced, I mean, Dee already said, go to Fiverr for $5. You can get a lot of stuff done. I mean, I use Fiverr all the time too. If I want accounts made up, I go to Fiverr. I'm not going to sit on my computer for 5 hours setting up one account for every single thing. That's what Fiverr is for. Pay someone $5 to just do the work for you, right? Make your money work for you so that you can start creating the profit that you desire. So, I've given you some problems that women deal with. Start writing those down. Start thinking of a solution. Maybe you have a system that can help you do that, right? I mean, like I said, we have systems that we use to create that. I mean, and if you want, you can just click the button below to check it out. But, I believe in systems because it makes my life a lot easier, right? It helps me, do other things that I want to do. Like, I want to start a podcast sometime soon. And, that I want to learn, on my own. So that's why I leverage systems, so I can find time to do other things. So hope that sheds some light on you ladies and to all the people out there. And yeah.
Yeah, and what would you say is that's so powerful. And what would you say is your daily method of operation for you? Because you say you have a daily. What's your daily method of operation?
Well, before I do anything, I've started meditating. So I listen to this this guided 15-minute YouTube video that I just found on the internet, and it's like financial abundance meditation. And it's funny when I tell people to do that, they're like, I don't want to meditate, about money. And then I'm like thinking, why not? You want to be able to attract money to you, start meditating. It's not a bad thing to have money, right? People have this notion that having money is bad, but think of all the good things you can do with having money, right? I mean, it's built orphanages, it's built schools, it's built foundations to help other people. So, I start with doing some financial abundance meditation. I have affirmations that I say to myself before I do anything. Another great thing I do is I work out in the mornings because for me, if I don't work out, I just feel like my energy's my focus is not there, right? And then I do the daily things that I want to do. I blog, I share it out. I send an email to my list. I'll do a video. I do all these things to make my business work. So just list the things that you want to do on a daily basis and just start doing them. Just start taking action. Who cares if you do something wrong? I do something wrong every single day. If you read my blogs, I probably have the most grammar mistakes in the world because I just write it and I let it go, right? I don't look at it. People might say, "Oh, you said this wrong." I'm like, "Okay, well, thanks," right? But who cares? People will still get your message regardless of your mistakes.
Sheena, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I have the funniest story. So I just shared with you ladies like a roadblock in my personal business, right? Because I'm like, I want to get to that next level, but I'm just like, how the heck do we do that? It's not exactly easy to duplicate, 10 of ourselves. And, oh, yeah, he's freaking amazing, John Lee Dumas. Yeah, we were just speaking about his course in a side chat, so that's why I'm like, he's freaking amazing. She mentioned podcasting, so I'm like, oh, you have to get this course. But anyway, it was kind of funny, so I placed an ad, and it's for an intern, right? Because I'm like, I realized that, I can't do everything to get to where we want to go. And so I'm just like, okay, start delegating, start working with people. And then I really had to sit down and be clear about the vision, and that change, what makes us so different, so that was really cool. I'll actually be on a webinar soon just talking about that whole concept, because that in itself will take like an hour. But it's really just, looking at your business in a completely different way, and just finding the people that you're willing to stretch with and work with, and create that inner team, And so I put an ad out for an intern, and I thought to myself, maybe I'll get like a few hits, no big deal. So I get some resumes, and they're all like spot on, but one resume in particular is from a woman who's like, Dee, I couldn't help it, but your your ad had some had some errors and grammar mistakes, and so she's like, I don't know if your team may need this or if you're looking for this, but she's like, if you're looking for a proofreader, an editor. And I'm like, one day a week, have someone come into my office, edit any blog before I put it up there, look at anything. I'm just like, I think so, And so, I don't know, I wanted to share that success with you ladies, because it's really been able to like open our eyes to like building relationships in different ways. Before, we used to do it and we called it joint ventures, and we would split our commission with the person. So if our commission was $3,000, we would give them $1,500, and that's how we would build it. But this time, by using interns and people who are looking to learn how to, do what we already do online, you just bring them in one day a week. And by them learning from you, they offer this skill or talent for that day. And it can be a win-win. So I'm just really excited because, now it's just opened my mind, so you can have people calling your leads for you and connecting with every single lead, not to sell them, just to connect, which that alone brings up conversions. If you look at like a lot of people who have a lot of success with like network marketing or internet marketing, network marketing, whatever those combined are called, they are connecting, and they're doing it through like texting and through Twitter and Facebook. So I don't know, when you said that, I was like, I have to share. So it's something very simple, but we can, all start applying it very easily into our businesses and start thinking on a bigger scale. And when you start thinking on a bigger scale, I realize that's when you get open up to like receiving grants, filing into contests that are for businesses, because as a network marketer, we really don't apply for, or we really don't qualify for those. But when we start thinking in these different ways, all of a sudden our business qualifies for these opportunities. And I just thought, my goodness, you really just got, $600,000 or $1 million or this amount of dollars just because your business qualified for this. And I thought to myself, wow, we have a lot of restructuring to do. And so it's exciting, and I just wanted to share it with you ladies.
That's so cool. So when you sent it out, you reached for interns in like the local universities and putting up an ad that way? Is that what you did?
No, see, you're even smarter than I am. I didn't even do that shit. I went to Craigslist. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
I went to Craigslist. I'm like, I'm thinking I'm going to get I don't even know who I was going to get. You know what I mean? I was just thinking outside the box. So as soon as we move, I will meet with them as a group. I'm meeting with about 3 of them all together, and we're working as a group all together, creating that team type of atmosphere, because what we have online is great, and so it allows us to like expand. But what if you have, a whole team of people expanding for you, and they're doing it for free, and it's only one day a week. So I got really excited.
That is so cool. So you've got somebody doing editing. What are the other two? What are the other two so far? What's their focus for the other ones?
One guy looks like he would be more like the guy who would just be calling leads and connecting with people. He would be the guy that's like, I just wanted to let you know that I'm here. If you have any questions, you can't get into the, into the system, or, are you getting the emails? Here's how you can add it to your contacts. Simple things like that, just to let them know that we are here. you know, write down their questions if they have any questions, so that when I get on the webinar, I'm answering their questions throughout the webinar. So it helps give me content to create. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, allows me to just work with people in a different way. And at first, I wanted to work with the people that I knew online, because I was like, oh my goodness, she is a freaking genius. And I was like, she is so good at energy. And I started thinking in that way. And what allowed me to start thinking differently was because, you know, these people are people who have no idea about our industry at all. So they're learning, like, I don't know, the concept to them of doing what we do already to them is like mind-blowing. You know, we're on a hangout talking, and we're all, you know, helping people, leading them down to freedom. And I believe it's just an exciting time. So sorry for the tangent.
No. It's cool. And I think it's going to be really powerful information for anybody watching this. I mean, the whole idea of being able to outsource things is it's all about freedom and like expanding that whole process of, you know, because we have so much automation. I mean, like right now, you know, we're watching this, and some of you might be watching this right now because we email, like you're watching this in the replay possibly, right? And you're watching it because you got an email that had a link to watch this. Right? And we are doing this now, and you know, we might be sleeping while you're watching this because we have this automation and this whole system set up so that you can do this. And you know, and when you click through and you join our, you know, connect with us and join with what we do, all of that, you know, we're doing this on our time right now, but it's all working in automation, and so many people don't even know how the heck to do that. It's actually not that hard, but we teach how to do it. But it's so cool to be able to trade that you know, that some of that information with folks to get assistance so that we can even free up more of our time.
Yeah.
You know, so to be there to do the stuff, you know, the whole reason why we do all this, so we have even more time to do and expand. Like, 'cause yeah, the bigger you get, the more. You know, it's like there's more that's possible if having systems. I mean, I know, I'm always interested in that. That's always like very curious. Is, you know.
Well, for me, what got me excited is not about like how big you are. It's really about like, this is something anyone can do. Because think about it, you know what I mean? Think about all the tasks that we already do in our business, or that the tasks that we would love to get done in our business already. But, you know, to someone else looking from the outside in, they are like bamboozled, like completely mind boggled. They are just like, what is this witchcraft that you do on your laptop? This is craziness, you know? And I started thinking about that, and I thought, my goodness, you know, like, this is amazing. So, you know, even my, you know, misspelled, horrible grammar ad on Craigslist could attract people. I think you ladies could definitely attract very powerful people to you. And, you know, I think it's something, all you have to do is just sit down and think about it. So Gabrielle's on, and I really haven't heard her. I know that you ladies have because you started before. So I'll ask her, like, what task would you begin, you know, and it's not even about outsourcing, but what task are you willing to just open your door to and say, hey, I'll let you inside my business and learn this from me? Like, what is it about your business?
Oh, that's really interesting, actually, Dee, because I'm creating this product right now for my health coaching, and like I've got all the content, but putting it together in these little ebooks and just basically putting together is just taking me so much time, you know, working around the kids. So that is what I would be wanting someone to do for me. Yeah, and then in return, showing them, you know, how this business works would be awesome. Yeah, so I was just thinking, yeah, I'm going to have to get a copy of your ad there to put up. It should be so awesome.
You know what? I'm going to email it to you right now. So, wow, products creation, data organizing it for you, you know, maybe even someone who could say, you know, because we do a lot of webinars, you know, a lot of hangouts, so maybe someone who could put it into a PowerPoint for you. Ooh, this is cool.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless. How awesome, thank you.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I know, like, also you're saying sort of the last few weeks, I feel like I've kind of been in that little black hole as well. I've been very sort of nurturing myself over the last few weeks, and I've just taken a real step back, especially last week with the full moon. I was just like, whoa. I was having a bit of a break and looking after myself, really. And yeah, it was a good time just to kind of look at what I'm doing, and I'm just coming out of it now, and yeah, I'm refocusing, and very, very awesome. It's a difficult place to be, but luckily I had the, beautiful community around me and the new friends that I've made, which really helps. So yeah, and that's what we're all here for. That's what we're here for. Yeah, I know we're kind of talking about business tips today. So if I could, do you want me to carry on, Valerie?
Sure. I know. Greta, you said you have to hop. Do you have anything you want to share quick before you go? She's just sending a message in the chat. Or do you need to hop right away?
Yeah.
Do you need to hop right away and say bye?
I do. He's like flailing on the floor and and everything. I do have to hop off, but I'll quickly say I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, Dee, for just being real and honest, and that's why I'm here. That's why I love this community, why I love these hangouts each and every week, because that's what it's about. It's about authenticity, about being real, and that's exactly what I woke up with last night. When I was thinking about this hangout, I woke up in the middle of the night, and all that kept running through my mind was authenticity. And just that's my number one tip, is just be you, be unapologetically you in anything and everything you do, because that is what is going to attract the people that you're going to want to work with, the people that you are going to want to be friends with. It's just not everybody's going to love it. I think it comes from a place of their own sort of not accepting themselves, because I think essentially we are the same in so many ways. We have our own unique gifts and such like that. But that, for me, is the gist of what the message that I wanted to share with you today, was just to be you. So that's what I have to share, and love you so much. Sorry I couldn't stay on longer, but I really do have to go take care of my little one today.
That's okay.
Every day.
Feel better.
Love you, Greta.
Thank you. Love you too.
Okay, back to you, Gabrielle.
Oh, bless. Yeah, like being yourself is so important. Like, I love what Greta just said, and Sheena, you put your blogs out even with the mistakes, not even knowing, you just put it out there. And I think that's the same with like videos as well. Like, some people sit there probably, take after take after take, and I did that in the beginning, and now I shoot it and it's gone. I post it. If I make mistakes, that's just me. And I really encourage anyone who's actually trying to do videos for their business, or just let it go. Like, just put it out there, and if there's a mistake, then the person that notices that is meant to notice it for a certain reason, and just trust in what you've done. I'm sure it's awesome anyway. I wanted to kind of get back to, I don't know if it's back to basics, or like, I guess, because you don't always realize how much you actually know. So I just wanted to sort of kind of mention a few points, like for anyone who is starting their own business, or interested in what we're doing. And I know I've got a couple of new team members now, and I'm just kind of I wanted to share this with them too. But being really clear on your branding, and being clear about your message and what you're trying to share, is a really good place to begin. And we're really lucky that we get all this extra training. But that's a really good place to start on, and knowing your niche. And that was really difficult for me at the beginning, until I realized that I just had to look at myself, and all the different parts of me. And now that's who I try, I attract in my business. So, I love yoga, I love raw food, I love being with my kids. So that's 3 different people that I can attract into that, and I'm going to have that connection with them. So I know I'm building a team of people that we all have similar interests, and yeah, we get on in that way. So then you're building the team that you want. You're building the team of people that you love to work with. I had a little video actually, because mindset's just massive. You know, Sarita talks about it all the time. We all do actually. And I wanted to share, like, when I first started this, I was listening a lot to Abraham Hicks, and I'm going to play a really short little video in a minute if I can get my screen to share. I hope it works. But I used to, actually, I'll show it first. I'll show it first. Let's hope this works. Okay, how do I do this?
Green share is the green one on the left.
Yeah, and then do I do entire screen or?
I would pick. Yeah, because you're gonna have to pick up the, you know, the. Yeah.
Oh, no, okay, I've got it. Okay, this will explain in a minute. So can you see that?
Yep, totally can see it.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to play this little part of it, and then I'll tell you what I did with mine. So.
Okay.
For as little as 17 seconds, you activate the vibration of the subject of your interest within your own vibrational pattern. So when you give your attention to something for as little as 17 seconds, an activation occurs and law of attraction kicks in, which means other thoughts like it are now being drawn to it. And in another 17 seconds, and then another, and then another, and then another, once you have given something your attention for as little as 68 seconds, you have activated a strong enough vibration that now it has real attraction power, and it's going to show up in your experience. Wanted or unwanted, it's just the way the law works. When you
Okay, I'm just jumping back. Am I back? No, I'm not quite.
No,
back.
not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
There we go. Here you're back.
Ooh, yeah. So and that's, like, I've mentioned it before, but it's just making sure you're staying on that vibration. And, you know, generally when you get up in the morning, you start those thoughts just to keep yourself there. But when I used to drop off throughout the day, I would think of this thing, you know, for 68 seconds, and I would dream up all different sorts of things that I wanted. And one of them, like, I would picture myself, I would be walking out my back door, and I'd have this decking, and my deck, you know, I'd really describe it, like I'd look up and the skies are blue, and I could feel the decking, and I'm walking out down past the, you know, the fence, and like I'm doing it now, and then around the corner to the back of the house, and I've got this spa, and then I was like, oh, actually no, it's a barley hut, and, you know, I jump into the pool there, and, you know, and as long as I keep that for, you know, 68 seconds, and I'm like, okay, you know, I'm back on that level again, and then, you know, you go back on with the day, and then every time, you know, because we all go up and down all the time, and it's just, you know, get yourself back on that high-flying disc, and, you know, whatever you can do to stay there is so important. Like, when you start something like this, like for me, I'd never done anything like this before, and there were times when I was just like, oh, can I really do this? Like, you know, how does this really work? And it's just believing in yourself, and just, like, when you do, magic happens. And I think it's, like, with that, that's the whole law of attraction. And oh, sorry, like, when I'm saying that, I'm actually really cold in this room. I'm like, oh, I'm shivering at the same time. But it's just so important, and just to have this beautiful community with you, like we have here. If you're not in this with us and you have started something, try and surround yourself. That was my next one, surround yourself with similar people who are going to uplift you and keep you there too. It's really, really, really crucial. I don't think I could do this if I didn't have these people, and yeah, I definitely wouldn't be in the same place. Yeah, so they're kind of my little snippets. I just kind of didn't go into each of them in depth, but I know we have only a limited amount of time. The next one was outsourcing, but we've talked about that. So yeah, I hope that was useful. Yeah, I hope that was useful.
That was amazing, and I love that clip that you showed too. It was like really.
Definitely, yeah, search out Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks for any law of attraction stuff, because like I listen to these audios every day and they're very, very powerful.
Well,
thank you, Dee.
Love it. Thank you. Love it. Love it. Love it. I know. Sarita does all the time. She's got it like going on in the background almost all the time. It's always playing there. Elizabeth, did you want to pop out?
I'm trying to think of what exactly I can explain that is helpful. I mean, I know I have a very weird audience. It's very different than a lot of people's audiences in that I have the handicapped kids at home, and I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and I speak towards that kind of thing. As Val already knows, I also actively go out and help people in court situations. And but I think one of the things that I found to be most helpful is that I include my kids in some of this. We talk about all these motivational things and how to reset our mindset, but sometimes, especially because of who I'm talking to, regular parents, parents of handicapped kids, all that, it's the stuff that the kids are going through and the stuff that we're helping them to deal with, because it's very hard being a parent and going through all these things that the kids go through as they're growing. And even as adults, we're going through the same things: peer pressure, trying to keep our mindset on what we're doing, attending to the task at hand. And this is all stuff that our kids are learning too. So as we try to explain them to our kids, I find that I'm also explaining them to people online, because it helps me to focus a little bit, because it's all something that we join in together. I sit there and the other day, I believe it was Valerie that had started me on the I'm happy and grateful aspect, and it helps out a lot because it actually helps me to refocus. It sounds very silly, it really does, if you're not used to it, but you start out with I am happy and grateful, I'm happy and grateful, I am happy and grateful. The example I usually use is in traffic, and it happened to be the other day also. I'm happy and grateful that nobody was hurt in the accident up ahead. I'm happy and grateful that traffic is starting to move at a greater pace. I'm happy and grateful that I'm going to make it to my appointment on time with time to spare so that we can get things done. And this, I even had to do this the other day when we were going to court, because the woman that I was helping out that day was freaking out at the traffic. She's screaming at the top of her lungs on the phone, "It's not going to happen, it's not going to work." And she's got 3 kids in the back seat that have to testify with her, and they're getting freaked out because she's freaking out. And I'm like, put me on speaker, you have to put me on speaker. And I'm like, kids, you got to help me out. You got to help me with your mom. She's freaking out. They're all laughing. And I'm like, I am happy and grateful. She's like, you have got to be kidding me. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, seriously, it sounds silly, but it makes such a huge difference. And I've got the kids going for 20 minutes. I am happy and grateful. I am glad this is going to happen. I am happy and grateful Mom's going to calm down. And you know what? By the time we got there, she was able to sit still in the courtroom and be able to address the mediator without getting upset, without reacting to her ex-husband who's throwing all sorts of accusations. She just turned around and I told her, I said, when you get upset, take a deep breath, close your eyes, clamp your hand down in front of you. Wait for the other person to finish talking. When they finish talking, exhale, and then open your hand up, put it down in front of you, address the person who is in charge of the situation. As I was saying, or this is an example of what I was saying, do not react to the person next to you. By doing that, you're giving them power over that situation. In order to retain the power, in order to retain your mental stability, you need to stick to the person that's in charge of the thing. In many cases, for other people, that's us. We need to be able to turn around and say, okay, the water pipe just broke. I'm in the middle of typing something. I need to get this done, but I have to address the water pipe. I'm going to save this temporarily. I'm going to run, turn off the water, get this figured out, contact the person I need to contact to fix it, take a deep breath, get something to drink, something to nibble on, come back to the computer and finish what I was working on. You know, it's hard when you've got life going on all around you. It really is. But what else are you going to do? We have to find a way to bring our minds back down to where we were. And that's how I'm getting through everything every single day. I mean, I've got 4 kids going in opposite directions. What else are you going to do? So back to you, Val.
Oh man, Elizabeth, that is so powerful. That story is so powerful, and I mean all of it. I mean, especially what was going on with that woman in the car, and that you were able to help her with that. I mean, I'm going to be remembering that story, just in other instances, and I'm sure a lot of the folks watching this too, the same thing. Even if it's not in traffic or whatever it is, going through that process, no matter what it is that's going on, and even the pipe bursting, and with all of us. I mean, I know Dee, you got Kuan Yin running around, and I mean, I've got my little guys, and everybody. We've all got something that's happening around us, and how you pulled yourself back. I'm going to take care of it.
What made it more interesting is we're both in separate cars in the same traffic jam. And she's a car behind me, and she's all upset, and I'm trying to calm her kids down. Plus, we're playing Chinese fire drills. I don't know if anyone knows what that is, but it's when you switch positions in the car. Because I was driving my car. Her daughter needed her hair done before they hit the court, so my boyfriend came and got in the driver's seat. I hopped in the back. I'm doing her hair, get her hair done, move her back to her mother in the other car. And, I'm doing this all at the same time as I'm on the phone.
And I think you were. I think at one point when you weren't driving, you actually texted me in the middle of it.
Yes.
You did.
Oh my God, it was crazy.
You sent a message to us on Facebook in the group of what was going on. I remember that. It was like, glad to know you weren't driving at that point. Yeah, that's. You were even doing that. You were communicating with us. It's kind of cool, but. Amazing what we do.
It applies in all aspects of our life, whether it be business or home or our kids, whatever. It's something that we can do to calm down, center ourselves, and be able to move forward.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very powerful. I don't know what I could add to any. There's just so much that everybody has shared. I was going to say a big old ditto. To all of it, and yeah.
It was.
Sorry, go ahead, Gabrielle. I'm pulling out.
I was just thinking of Sheena's day, and it just seemed so relaxing. I was like, wow. Oh wow. I think I would like that for the day actually, just to get up, meditate, work out. Oh wow. Enjoy, Sheena.
Thanks. I mean, I still do the work, don't get me wrong, but, I have to get my mind right so that I can focus better.
Do we have, if we take a look and see if anybody, look in the chat and see if we've got folks that have any comments or questions for us in the chat live?
It looks like everyone's just loving what we're talking about, they're just very thankful for all the tips, and, I think it was Michelle. Michelle is still a little, iffy about shooting a video. So Michelle, if you're watching this, just shoot it, because when I first started too, it took me 50 takes to do a video, and it was just me in my pajamas at home. And it's the most frightening thing in the world. But the more you do it, the more that fear will start to go away. I mean, I have a video where I'm freaking drowning in the beach, and people love it. And I just leave it out there because it's, it's a part of you. If you make mistakes, it's okay, right? And, it's actually a better thing because, when you're doing a video, they have this thing called a pattern interrupt. So, it gets people to actually watch it even more. Like, my sister, she watches it every day laughing at me because I was drowning there in the middle of the ocean. Like, I was just holding a boogie board, and I had a GoPro. I just wanted to shoot a video in the water because I have never done it before. So, don't be afraid to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. I still make mistakes when I do a video. Sometimes I stutter. Sometimes, I say a bad word. Don't worry about the mistakes. I've been reading this book, like I said, You Were Born to Be Rich. And there's a chapter in there that's called Let Go and Let God, right? So you just got to have faith in yourself. And, I have faith in you. I know you can do it because if I can make a video, you can make a video. Trust me. If you ever saw my first video, it was the worst video ever. Like, seriously, my hands were so sweaty, like, because I was so nervous doing a 2-minute video. So I hope that helps you out. Just cut it out there and share it out to the world. And you have a big supportive group here. You know, us sisters, we're gonna cheer on you. We're gonna, you know, love it. We're gonna comment on it. And you know, once you get that, you're just gonna keep on going, because video is great. And you know, I believe every woman should do a video, because you know, we gotta show our pretty faces out there. So do that video today. And
Yeah.
see. Yeah, so
I
yeah,
love it. And they can be short videos too. They don't have to be long videos. It can be something super short. You know, and you inspired me. You started doing like these 11, 15-second short little videos and stuff.
Yeah, I really got inspired by doing video in the beginning, but that was when I learned that there were so many different types of videos. So yeah, in the beginning I started shooting videos like, you know, of my face and things, but I just was still so intimidated by that. You know, I remember, you know, doing this video where I went to the post. I opened up the mail, got a check, went to the bank, cashed the check, you know, counted out the money, but I never could like stand in front of the camera and like talk. And I'm just like, my goodness, like I just didn't like I just didn't want to be in front of the video. So I learned like PowerPoint and using slides and voiceovers and the power of music. And some of my highest converting videos till this date are not videos of me just sitting in front of the camera speaking, but they are videos that are voiceovers and you know, just that type of thing. So you can put yourself in that type of video for like a few seconds by just taking some, you know, some clip, some quick like 5 to 10 second shots, wide angle with your phone like this, or like your camera like this, because this gives you the most editing capability in the future. And so that means to say, let's say you wake up in the morning and you just want to take a video about, you know, your first couple hours for the day, or you getting up. So just take a couple shots, you know, with the camera like this. You're taking a walk, the camera like this. You're taking a shot, your selfie, the camera like this. So that way when you import it into any video editor, you know, all computers, most of them come with like a free version, and you're able to just import those clips. If you're not comfortable with your voice and for some reason you don't think that you sound like the sexy Shin woman that you are, then go ahead and go onto a free website. Just give me a moment. Excuse me. I don't want to give you the incorrect file. Yep, see, that was the wrong link. These .coms, .orgs, you never know what it is. Just give me. Okay, so I need a moment to find that, but it's basically a file community that will give you free stock photos. And that way you can at least get your point across. Aha, I found it. I was going to get plural, and it's not plural. So I added it in there. I know that we can add that in the chat. And that gives you like images, so at least you can, if you're not comfortable with your voice, at least get that over. And there is an audio one, but just give me, you're going to have to wait for that one because I'm using the new computer. Apple just released like some new type of Mac, and so I'm using that one, and I have all my contacts on this one though, so I need a moment to get that. But I'll find the audio links so that at least you can find like really high quality audios, you know, really high quality voiceovers. On Fiverr there is a woman who sounds like, I don't know, she sounds like the product woman in every freaking product you've ever heard. She just, I don't know, she has a really cool voice. Not like I'm on the beach living the Sheena lifestyle voice. You know, big ups, bigs ups. But she's more like the, you know, I make you feel comfortable, I'm giving you information, or maybe I'm helping you sell a product type of voice. She's pretty cool. And $5, I mean, shit. So I'm definitely going to add that link in the chat. So excuse my delay on that. I just get inspired by hearing you ladies, and then I'm like, oh yeah, you can find this, and oh yeah, there's that. So yeah, but you can create those type of videos and still convert, and as you're building up to, you know, your videos, or maybe you can make like a little mental note, you know, your first video, you add yourself in there for like 2 seconds, and you know, it's like you're opening yourself up to it, and then maybe the next time you're like, you know what, I'm gonna jump in there, maybe 10 seconds, and then maybe the next time, you add a whole minute, of you saying like an inspirational, thought or something. I don't know, just giving you ideas to really get it done, because the way that the internet is going right now, the way the top dollar like investments where people are investing six figures and millions of dollars. Hey, Kuan Yin. Yeah, of course.
Hi, baby.
You just woke up.
Hi, Kuan Yin.
Oh my goodness, awesome. Wow.
Hi, Justin.
Yeah, she's freaking awesome. The only two features they are that each one of them has is video capabilities and live streaming capabilities. And so I thought, my goodness, as marketers, we're already in that video space. So I implore upon you to get rid of this fear, to create an affirmation, and maybe that's something that we can do. Gabrielle, maybe you can help think of or create an affirmation that, they can do and they can say when they're about to shoot that video that'll make them just, I don't know, superpowers and just go, like, get it done, because the way that the internet is going, you want to be on that boat. Like, that's the boat to get on.
That's great, Jane. I loved it when you get that audio file as well for voiceovers and stuff. It's always yeah.
Fiverr's just amazing for everything. Like I posted a video the other day about using Fiverr because it's just so good.
Yeah, that's fiverr.com, by the way.
Yeah.
Two R's, rr.com. Yeah, and but then in the chat, the woman in Fiverr that you love to work with, if you can find it, that's so cool. Those are great resources. Yay! Yeah, I mean, for me, the one thing that I can add while Dee's looking that up is, for me, one of the most powerful things is allowing myself, and I'll set an alarm, because with the kids and everything else, I'll set an alarm to make sure that I can get up early before them. For those of you that got the kids, I set an alarm so that I can get up before them and make sure I have the time for me to really listen in to inspiring audio. I love Abraham Hicks. You guys know I love Michael Bernard Beckwith. If you go to agapelive.com, they actually have live streaming, and there's archives in there as well. A lot of times I'm listening to that, and I was like, raising up a lot of who I am. And I get a lot of my content even from that as well. A lot of the things that I share, just like, I think what was the book? I think what Sheena was talking about. You're Born Rich. That's Bob Proctor. So it's just different things. Then we also have audios within our system as well that are just the inner circle audios that are just so powerful. But allowing yourself that time in the morning, for me, that's been what's incredibly crucial. Is allowing me that grounding time in the morning. Recently, and Nikki's not on right now, but I'm gonna shout out Nikki. Nikki had I thought one of the things is making a list of all the things that you want to do and that you need to do. A separate list. One that's the personal things you got to do with the kids, and another one with the business. A few things that you need to get done each day. And it helps to actually have it handwritten. Something about handwriting it on a piece of paper. You can put it in other places for reminders, but something about handwriting it when the overwhelm is there and there's a lot of things going on, just putting it on paper helps. Really, really, really helps. So those are my two tips I'm going to share, and bringing Nikki into the space for us today, because that one I got from Nikki. And also my sister once, when I had this huge overwhelm that I had about something that I had to take care of. There was just so many bits and pieces, something personal going on in my life, and I had my business going on at the same time. And she's like, I want you to brain dump on a piece of paper. Just brain dump all the things you got to do, all the things that need to get done. Just brain dump it out on a piece of paper. And then take another piece of paper and figure out what are the most important, what are like the absolutely most crucial pieces that need to get done first. In the personal side and on the business side. Just but it helped. And I thought, well, this is nuts. She goes, just promise me you'll do it. And I did. I mean, I literally brained up on a piece of paper everything from, you know what, I need to get oranges at the store. I mean, whatever it was. I mean, everything. Just every little itty-bitty thing that needed to get done. And I brain dumped it and then categorized it, and I got it done. I got a crazy amount of stuff done because I had to get certain things done. I had deadlines, certain personal things that were going on in my life, this paperwork I had to, whatever, and I had a deadline I had to get done. Because sometimes that happens. We have things come up, and maybe it's stuff that you got to get paperwork for the school or whatever it is. And that's how I handled it. And on an ongoing, Nikki reminded me of that wonderful thing of handwriting that stuff down. So sharing that. So mindset in the morning and having that list really, for me, is the tips I'd love to share. Dee, you're still looking over there? You get the Fiverr link. Okay.
Yeah, Sheena said she's posted and updated the file for like the photos and stuff.
Oh, cool.
The Fiverr link, and then I just found another resource that I thought, oh my goodness, I forgot how badass this one was. This is an app called Just Add Audio. I believe it's free, and if it's not, I apologize. I forget. I have it on my phone, and it's freaking amazing. But basically, it allows you to just add audio to any video on your phone. So
it's called That's My Audio.
Yeah, Just Add Audio. I just typed it in.
Add Audio.
Mm-hmm. It's an app, and I'm still looking for it. The free audios, only because on my computer I've been using the paid one for so long now. But the resource for the free one is pretty freaking cool if you're patient, if you're willing to be patient, because sometimes the search can be like a little off. You type in classical and you're like, this is not classical, but it's classical country or like classical rock. So you're like, okay, I get it now. So it's a little bit a little bit confusing, that community, but it's pretty cool once you get into it.
What's the paid audio one that you get?
Oh, wow.
On it?
The paid one is called audioblocks.com, and what it allows me to do is get like a video. They have video blocks, audio blocks, and something else blocks. They got them all blocks, and they have really cool music. They have really cool. So that footage that I told you, like, oh, if you just want to take a clip of like you hanging out for the day or something like that. Well, video blocks allows you to do it without even using your own footage. You can use the footage that they have in its stock footage, so they already know that you're going to use it for your own whatever. So it's pretty cool. But it's a membership. So, a really cool idea is like what Justin and I will do is like we have like our business circle, you would say, right? And it's like a group of people where we basically can share business expenses, tools, and resources with. So, for example, video blocks is beneficial to us because, it gives us really cool video footage, but maybe we don't want to pay for the whole thing for the year, but we know that our video guy who edits our footage would really love that, so we can just split it with him. So if you start thinking of that in your business, something that I've been really, really just part of my whole like taking time to just really, really delve in has been wanting to fulfill that need. And some people may not even see it as a need, but I do. I feel that it's necessary for people to be more connected instead of having to feel like they're segregated based upon who they join or what business they have or how they choose to market or how much money they make or they haven't made. And all these little things, can really just stifle a person or can really just hold them back from embracing the community that they're in. And so just taking that opportunity to create these hangouts and to create atmospheres and to open it up to people is just so important to me. So I've just been thinking. And so that really was the whole driving force for this. How can we create the information in a way that would allow everybody to feel embraced by it and not intimidated by it. So that's been, you know, and people have died for it. You know, this is a struggle that, you know, people have literally died trying to get this freedom message out there. So it is the mission that I take, and that's fine. But I'm very committed to it at this point in my life. So that's what I'm thinking about.
I love it. I love it. And coming back to the vision of what it is and why we do what we do.
Very powerful.
What we do.
That's what it comes to, and it's really like any, you know, not just the business that we're in, like our particular company, but anyone else who's out there watching, like, focus on that every day. Like, why are you doing it? What, you know, what's your vision? And yeah, share that with everyone. And you know, no matter what it is that you're promoting, it's you. You're the people you're the person that person wants to work with. You know, don't forget that.
Yeah. I mean, because and for each of us, I mean, it's just there's so many people out there that are not living the lives that they really want to live, and they feel that that's all there is. You know, and that can go from anywhere from people that are, you know, everything from the stay-at-home mom to the corporate person. Like, I know so many people from my attorney life, and you know, you'd think on the outside, right? They're making six figures, but I call it the golden handcuffs, because you know, they're there and they're miserable, absolutely miserable, and they're not living their days and doing the things that they love to do. And you know, something comes up and a family member needs them, or they want to, never mind even just daily being able to do what you do. You know, like say, I'm going to take the kids to Disneyland today, and it's a Wednesday. I don't care. You know, I'm going to the beach. You know, we're going to go swimming in the pool. They want to go swim. Let's go swimming in the pool. I mean, whatever, you know, whatever that is, or hey, let's travel. Let's do this. Right? They always have to, you know, to ask permission to be able to do the things that they love to do, and be miserable doing the things that they're actually doing every day, surrounded by their papers, whatever it is that they're doing, and you're, you know, are on the phone all day with whatever that they do, and not knowing that there's another way, into. I'm just, for me, it's all about, you know, whether or not my kids grow up and want to do the same thing as I do, but to be able to have that freedom, so that, you know, it all helps so many families, so that they can, you know, have the ability to know that there's choices, because there's so much brilliance out there. There might be, you know, someone that has the idea they're going to come up with the next cure to some disease, or you know, maybe they're the one that knows how to really, you know, be out there in politics and be able to be in the communities and be that sort of enlightened presence at the governmental level. And they need to have the ability, not just the ones that, you know, were born into the being able to have the ability to do things, or create art, or create music, or, you know, come up with an invention that helps our lives, you know, just fun stuff, whatever. There's just so much out there, and that when we can create that ability for people that may not have that opportunity, they may think all they've got is the job, and there's all that potential wasted, or people that have messages that are really powerful and encouraging and inspiring people, and to be able to give them that platform to be able to do that. Or like, I love, like Elizabeth just hopped off, but you know, helping people that have kids with, you know, that have challenges, and to help those families, and to help people. I mean, there's just so much, and that's what drives me, is knowing that, you know, that what we do makes that possible. You know, that's getting keyed into that is what drives me. Everything from my kids to knowing the bigger kind of generational legacies that we're making possible. For me, that's what it is. Yeah. So are we good? We are now. It's been a little bit over an hour. Any other comments? Anything else? Anything on the page from anyone? Otherwise,
I think it's just important. Like, you've got to believe. You know, you look around, see who, if you're working 9 to 5 or shift work, look around and see the people that have been there for 20 years. Like, if you don't want to end up like them. You know, if you're thinking, hold on a minute, this is not the path I want to take, there really is something else, and it's just, you know, trust that there is. Trust that, you know, part of you that knows that there is something else. Like, I really want to encourage that.
Yeah, exactly. Sheena, do we have any other comments? I know you've been looking for us.
No, nothing right now. Everyone's just loving the resources that Dee shared with us, so thank you, Dee. And yeah, I mean, just if anyone who's new to becoming an entrepreneur or who's been in the game, just just keep going, right? I mean, if Colonel Sanders got 1,000 no's before he got his Kentucky Fried Chicken idea to like just go out there. I mean, think of it, right? They always say 9 out of 10 times you're gonna fail at something, but the one time that you will succeed will impact the world. So just think about that, right? Just think about what you can do when that one thing does succeed.
Yeah, and keeping going. That whole, what is it? The rocket ship to the moon. It's in motion, and 99% of the time, I know you've said it, but for me, it's a very powerful thing. 99% of the time, that sucker's off course. That sucker's quote unquote making mistakes. When the reality is, it's in motion, and NASA's adjusting it as it goes. We're NASA, right? We're adjusting ourselves as we're headed off to the stars, And it's as long as we're in motion, or that boat, It's like you can move the rudder, but if the boat isn't moving, that rudder's not going to go not going to make a difference. But once we're in motion, we can adjust, and we're always adjusting. It's not about being perfect. It's about moving forward and just keeping the adjustment and just adjusting, and knowing that. A lot of us think we have to be perfect, and it's not it. It's about moving forward and just keep. I'm gonna get Disney on you here. Meet the Robinsons. Keep moving forward.
Yeah, building the plane as you're flying it, is it right? Is that what
Building the plane as you're flying it, exactly. Hello, you, Rhonda. Building the plane as you're flying it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this in the replay, please, you're with us, in all intents and purposes, you're with us live. Put your comments in, your thoughts, everything. We will be going in and checking and stuff, so you are with us. And any other last thoughts? Otherwise, we're going to close out. We've got something very powerful coming up for next week. Stay tuned for that. Anything else, Dee? Yes? No? I saw you look like you were about to say something. No, you're just waving. Okay, cool. All right. we're gonna sign out. If you haven't already connected with us, you know how. It's below. Mwah! See you all next week.